We have a trip to plan tomorrow. It's a surprise trip.
What? A trip?
Yes, first flight.
Omoye.
ColdFeet is such an amazing movie. I'm so excited to do this recap. I enjoyed every bit of the betrayal, the love, and flirtations, and I'm sure you're going to enjoy it too.
Oh my gosh, yes, yes, yes!
The movie is about a couple, Colonel Mayowa and his wife, Omoye, who goes to a resort to enjoy their 50th anniversary.
I want my baby back. There's no reason.
Omoye meets with Tari, a fling from the past.
Omoye.
We are introduced to the characters in the movie. We have Colonel Mayowa retired.
Colonel Mayo, retired.
He is a sweet, freshly retired military officer who is crazy in love with his wife, Omoye. Omoye is a married woman torn between loving her husband and a hot, sexy one-weekend stand, Tari, who just happens to be vacationing at the same resort as her and her husband. He is supposedly at the resort with his girlfriend, whom he had been dating for 5 years, to propose to her. But then he meets Omoye, whom he had an electrifying weekend of sex with 5 years ago. Temi is Tari's girlfriend, and she can't wait for Tari to just pop the question. The funniest and the most wholesome character is Temi's best friend, who is always eating and steady there to hype her friend up.
So it's me that's killing you with laughter, Abby?
Colonel Mayowa goes to the restaurant in the resort to get breakfast for himself and Omoye, where he meets Tari. They become fast friends, bonding over the fact that Colonel Mayowa was in the resort to celebrate his 50th anniversary with his wife, and Tari was there to propose to his long-term girlfriend. After Omoye's first encounter at the resort with Tari, she loses concentration and is no longer interested in doing any activities. Tari also has similar reactions. Omoye and Tari cannot sleep, so they meet at the stairwell. Tari tells Omoye that he misses her. He says,
Look, Omoye, look, it's been 5 years and all of that just went up in smoke the moment I saw you.
Omo, this man is just ready to drop everything.
Gosh, I can't believe how much I missed you until I saw you.
Colonel Mayowa and Tari meet in the lounge where they play snooker. Tari asks Colonel Mayowa about his wife, Omoye. Mayowa is slightly surprised that Tari remembers his wife's name so clearly.
How is Omoye?
Wow. You're very good with names, eh?
I guess I am.
Tari tells Colonel Mayowa that he hasn't proposed to his girlfriend yet because he's kind of having cold feet. Colonel Mayowa encourages him and assures him that being married is the best thing that could ever happen to any man, just like with him and his wife. Colonel Mayowa loses the snooker game to Tari, but dares him to a rematch on the golf course. Meanwhile, this whole situation is getting Omoye's creative juices wet, and she's putting in the work in her writing while reminiscing about how she met Tari. A crazy scene was when Temi had been anxiously expecting Tari to propose all through the trip.
What's up? Has he done it yet?
No, I'm still waiting. He hasn't done it yet.
Tari was dressed to go and play the rematch with Colonel Mayowa, but he couldn't find his wristwatch. He bent down on one knee looking for it by the TV console. Temi steps out of the bathroom, mistaking the scenario for a proposal. She immediately screams, "Yes, I do." But Tari wasn't really proposing.
Are we still talking about my wristwatch here?
Wristwatch?
I was going to ask Temi, do you know where I kept my wristwatch? And he started screaming, yes.
Ha! She was nearly embarrassed to death. Omoye and Tari meet in the elevator where they share a passionate kiss in broad daylight. Literally, anyone could have seen them in the glass elevator puckering lips. Tari tells Omoye to meet him in the park in the midnight. While coming down from the elevator where Tari had just made out with Omoye, he bumps into Colonel Mayowa again, who informs him that Temi had been searching for him. Colonel Mayowa compliments Tari on his perfume and leaves to go to his wife. When he enters the room, he immediately perceives the same perfume on his wife, and we can see a sudden look of realization on his face. Colonel's brain was doing cartwheels. Omoye sneaks out of bed to go to Tari in the garden. She claims it's to tell him off, but she ends up having sex with Tari right there in the garden. I see that these people like public and dangerous sexual games. Mayowa and Omoye meet Tari and Temi at the lounge. Things are a little awkward. Tari can't keep his eyes off Omoye. The MC at the lounge picks Tari to perform a song for his babe.
You're the only one for me. Why can't you see it?
He chooses to sing Banky W's You're the Only One for Me. While performing though, Tari is looking straight at Omoye and singing lovingly to her, to Temi's dismay. Omoye is embarrassed by this and tries to leave the lounge. Tari drops the mic and runs after her like, goddamn, Temi was having a mini heart attack. Colonel Mayowa and Temi meet up with Tari and Omoye. Everything is revealed, including that Omoye had just slept with Tari last night.
What did you say?
Colonel Mayowa pummels Tari a little bit.
Please.
When he confronts his wife later, she has the guts to say it's his fault, that she wanted to leave, but he's always imposing what he wants on her.
I didn't even want to be here. I didn't even want to come here. I wanted to go home, but you insisted.
Time passes and Colonel Mayowa is really hurt. Omoye's friend, Bolanle, refers them to try therapy when Omoye opens up that she's still torn between her husband and Tari's hotness. While at therapy, the therapist indulges Omoye to make her choice with her full chest and stand by it. We see Omoye on a date she set up with Tari. When he comes in, she says she's there to celebrate love.
Champagne? What are we celebrating?
Love.
Oh.
Would you like a glass?
She talks about how Tari makes her feel. Colonel Mayowa is seen listening in on Omoye's conversation. He's outside the restaurant where Omoye and Tari are having their date with a gun. Apparently, the old soldier had his listening device all along on Omoye. Omoye eventually chooses her husband because, unlike with Tari, what they have is tangible and more than just hot sex. She advises Tari to marry his longtime babe, Temi, and never to contact her in his life forever. We eventually see Tari marrying his girlfriend, Temi, while Colonel Mayowa renewed his vows with Omoye. Wow, what a roller coaster this has all been. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to our channel for more awesome movie-related content.